Alright, how's it going, everybody? How we doing today? Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope you had the day that you deserved. Or not the day you deserved. The day... yeah, the day you deserved. Fuck it. The day you deserved. If you were an asshole, I hope you had a shitty fucking day. Hey, what's up, fuckers? Going on a quick little ride this afternoon. Don't really know what to talk about. I'm just kind of along for it. Sweet old C10. I don't know if you could see that in the video. Maybe I could zoom in or have a clip of it or what, but a damn blue C10 has been sitting on blocks there for at least 10 years. Damn thing's got wheels on it. Like, the truck is done up a little bit and they just never drive it, I guess. It just sits there and does nothing. And I think I may know the person who owns it. A woman named Erica, who used to run the local disc golf union. She may still run the local disc golf union, I don't know. I don't follow it anymore, but I think that may be her house. I know she told me she lives somewhere around there, but let's get over these railroad tracks. Yeah, baby. She gets up and goes pretty good for a 96. Oh, I hadn't even talked about my bike. 105 years, Harley Davidson, 2008 105th anniversary edition, number 528 of 1500. I know they did an anniversary edition CVO like every 5 years or whatever, but that's still pretty cool that I've got number 528. There was only 1500 in this color scheme. That's pretty neat. That was one of my big things whenever I started looking for a Harley, is I didn't want a black one. Everybody and their mom and their cousin and their dad and their uncle and their brother and their nephew has a black Harley. And I get it, like, they're sexy and they're badass, you know, they're mean looking. And all the accessories for a Harley come in either chrome or black. So you got a good starting base there if you go with a black bike. But I'll be damned if you want any other color. I mean, it's like trying to find the goddamn Holy Grail, or Jimmy Hoffa, trying to find a Harley Davidson for a decent price that's not black. Damn near impossible. I say that, I searched for like 6 months for this one, which is longer than I've ever searched for a motorcycle in my life. Most of the time, when I start a motorcycle search, I get maybe a week and a half, 2 tops, and I'm sitting on a motorcycle that I've done almost no research about, that I'm paying way too much insurance on, that is uncomfortable. It doesn't do highway speeds. It's any and all of 100 things. It just seems like I can't win on motorcycles. This one's been pretty good so far. It's a little big for me. I need to get some bigger bars so I can bring my handlebars back a little bit. I think if I could come back just a couple inches, 2-3 inches, if I could come back just a few inches and ideally install a backrest, just because I have horrible posture. I have what's called postural kyphosis. Essentially, I have hunchback. So the top arch of my back is really large, but the lower arch of my back is very small. So I kind of always look like I'm leaning over, because I kind of always am. Not as bad as like the old guys who are so bent over they're always looking up, but I will be that bad eventually. Like my back will continue to curve unless I get like corrective surgery or a brace or something. Unless I do that, my back will just continue to curve, and I will end up in a question mark shape by the time I'm 70, assuming I make it there. Coming up to a little junction here. I'll make a turn off. Square up our route for this afternoon's ride. That took forever. I'll be damned. I might could have revved fifth out a little longer, but that was a pretty poor showing, if I'm being honest, Harley. Harleys have shit tons of low-end torque because they were designed and built around the absolutely enormous asses of the growing American population. That was their only option to stay competitive. The only way to make a Harley feel fast is to get your fat ass off the line as quick as possible. So you do that with torque. Because once you're up to highway speeds, your fat ass doesn't care. At that point, you're up to the speed you want to go. You're cruising. You've got your cup holder here with your fucking 64 ounce from McDonald's. You got your Big Mac sitting between your nuts, chewing on a Big Mac, sipping your drink, riding your hog. That's what the torque is for. That's why it's there. Carry your fat ass around. Hey, it's one of those guys. Nice little lots back here. I wouldn't mind having a double wide on something like this. A few acres. Give you something to run around with a four-wheeler on. Maybe have a couple head of cattle. I say that, I have no idea what a head of cattle is. A head may be 50. I don't fucking know. That's way too goddamn many. How many cattle is a head of cattle? I'm not even gonna Google it. I think this is gonna be my first video. I'm just gonna post it, and then maybe somebody will tell me how many cows a herd of cattle is. Or a head of cattle, I guess. I think that's what it's called, a head of cattle. Look, I was born in Louisiana. I grew up in Louisiana. I've seen a bunch of these bitches. You should have seen me the first time I got close to one on a four-wheeler. I was flabbergasted. I had no goddamn clue how big a cow was, because I had only ever seen them from the road. That was it. I had never seen a cow close enough to know how big a cow was. I'd only been like from here to there. Like, that's how big a cow is. That big. Cows are that large. They're from here to there. That's how big they are. So for my whole life, cows were like the size of deer, I guess. But in my head, deer were always bigger too. The first time I saw a deer, I was woefully unwoed, I guess. I expected a deer, I don't know, in my head a deer was damn near the size of a horse, which doesn't make any sense, because that's like a moose, I guess. Like, that's a lot of goddamn meat. Obviously, people in Louisiana aren't killing moose amounts of meat multiple times a year and store it in their freezer. You know, like, clearly a deer is smaller than that, but for a long time, I had no idea how big a deer was. But, you know, you see them from the road. So, like, from here, that's how big a deer is. that's how big a cow is. That's how big a deer is. That's how big these people on this, whatever this is, side by side is. Hey, people. Beep, beep. Howdy, neighbors. We try to stay friendly around here. Everybody's your neighbor till they give you a reason not to be. That's the way I try to live my life. Everybody's a good neighbor till you give me a reason for you to be a shitty neighbor. And that's a good boundary too, a neighbor. You know, you be cordial with people. You know, you don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to go to everybody's house. I have one neighbor that I'm pretty cordial with. We're pretty close. I've babysat their kids and their dogs in their house, and you know, we get along pretty well. And then I have other neighbors that, oh, this is not the road I want. Oh no, it is the road I want. Shit. Oh. Yep, this is Goodwill Road. No through trucks. Well, I'm not a through truck. What are the chances of getting a speeding ticket off of a YouTube video? That's a good question, I think. Probably slim, right? I would say slim. Chances of me getting in trouble off of a YouTube video are fucking slim. Specifically. I don't know what's up with this finger. Like I'm ready, but that's not enough for the clutch on this, like barely. I mean, I could pull it in a little bit, but I would need two at a minimum. It's more of a 3 or 4 finger job. I guess it's just being ready, so I know where it's at. Makes it quick to get to. I don't have to guess. I already know where it's at. It's right there. I'll do that with this one though. Might not be a bad idea to start. Who knows? A little low speed curve here. Would have been nice if that curve had a sign. I could have easily gone around that too fast. I mean, okay. I am driving too fast, so there is that. Coming up here, there's a set of train tracks that I've eyeballed on my dirt bike a few times because maybe I can drop in a picture here. I don't know. I'll see if I can handle that in editing. If not, I'll put up some text because that's real easy. Anyway, there's these weird like circles on Google Maps. I can't tell what they are. I'm assuming that they're like old, just like rusted out bases of oil tanks, but they're right off the side of the railroad tracks, kind of in the middle of nowhere over here into the woods. But there's no infrastructure around them. There's nothing that looks like there could have been a train station or a stop or a place for even a truck to get to. There's no access to it. It's just rail and there's no stop. Oh, here it is. Wonder what this guy's doing. Who knows? Bum bum bum. But yeah, so nobody behind me, is there? No. If you go down that ways, I think it's about a mile and a half. Oh, that's cool. There's a train car sitting there. Anyway, yeah, about a mile and a half down that direction. Weird little circles. All right, folks. I think that's about gonna wrap it up for today. I'm gonna bring it in here and get one more little rip. And then we'll say goodbye.